There we go. What's
All
up,
right.
baby?
What's going on with you? How you doing? Yeah.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Let me get the score. You see, I'm still getting back up to speed. Graphics, caption. All right. All right, let's get to it. Mark
What's
Cooper's
up?
in the
What's
building.
up?
Mark
What's up?
Cooper
What's up?
is in the building, man. Cool. Thanks for joining us, man.
I
We got the
appreciate you having me, man.
2026. We got the 2026 playoff preview.
Yes, sir.
Mark Cooper.
Yes, sir.
I hate to say assistant coach, coach. I think all of you guys are really coaches. You know, I don't get it on my head coach, assistant coach.
Uh,
Coach Cooper with Great Collegiate. So we're gonna try to get you out of here quick.
Cool.
Hell of a year, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Hell of a year thus far. Thus far. I know that you guys are in the championships and all that, but before we go into the year, take us back to the summer when D came back and kind of what your feelings were coming off. Actually, take it back to last year when I think you guys got beat by North Augusta in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
It might have been down there.
Right.
That feeling, and then the feeling you had when you found out D was coming back and going into the summer.
Of course, we made it last year. We made an incredible run, running into North Augusta, and it was a tough loss, being the different variables that were going on at that time. So but I believe for what we had last year, we still made an incredible run with our group. So although it was we were saddened about it, but we learned from it. We had to move on to the next chapter. Um, once we found out that we hired Coach Dion Pathe, we were all excited. We knew that the expectations were gonna be really high, and we knew that we had to come in really ready to play at a very high level with our guys, and we had an incredible summer, which we were really happy about. We added a few new pieces to the group, but everyone bought into the system. Everyone bought in, and I think everyone did a great job this past summer, which led into the beginning of our year.
Yeah, and that's great because with that being said, I know it was a period of transition for not only for Dion, but the rest of you guys coming back because a lot of things happened, not just D coming back, but you switched at least when he was there, you guys were 2A. You switched to 4A. So you had to switch to 4A, and then you had D coming back. So with that being said, talk a little bit about what your I mean, obviously state championships, but what were your internal expectations for the team going into kind of this year?
Well, let me first say this: the different levels of rankings and all that. I think since we started at grade, we played 5A, 4A, 2A teams from out of state. We've really pride ourselves in doing that. So moving up from 2A to 4A really wasn't a huge jump for us. We knew that the competition would be a whole lot better, but I don't think that really phased us at all because we knew that we've had a history of playing all type of teams across the country. So
Right.
of course, we were excited just for a new beginning to play a different region, of course, and also new challenges. And so, basketball is basketball at the end of the day. And so, of course, we just have to prepare differently and move accordingly. So, but we were really excited about going to 4A and playing and new region. A lot of teams down in Aiken and Augusta, and so really getting some good work in.
Now, I mean, and with that, and I'll be honest with you. Um, when I saw the roster this year,
Okay.
when I saw the roster this year, and I knew D was coming back, and I also knew that you're not just gonna hit the ground running and all that, and I know some of the schedule. I thought going in, especially when I saw you all this summer, I thought going in there would be some losses. I thought there would be some losses in conference. I
Wow.
thought there would be some loss. Not to say that, you know, you didn't have the talent.
Right.
Um, but I just thought that there would be a period of transition, and I knew you guys were playing a national schedule.
Right.
So
Right.
sometimes that can build on a team mentally. Man,
Right.
I'm
Right.
sitting here looking at the results thus far.
Mm-hmm.
22-2,
Yes, sir.
14-0 in the conference.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to Dion the other day. Not that we talk well often, but I was talking to him the other day. And I said, this is probably, at least from what since I've kind of known him, and I haven't known him that long, this is probably the best coaching job that not only he's done, that the
Mm-hmm.
whole staff has done, if
Right.
you really think about it.
Right.
Because I actually think that the sum of the parts for this team is better
Mm.
than the individual parts. And the guys have really come together really well to make a really strong total team. And it's not where you guys are just rolling the ball out and you got, two or three D1. I mean, and obviously the kids have talent. There's no doubt about that. But you're not
Mm.
just playing, let's do ISO and
Right.
and playing against, 1A, 2A competition in conference that
Right.
you're just running through. So kudos to you all as a staff, I believe, this is just my opinion, for 22 and because I think you guys are the staff of the state at this point. 22-2, basically whitewashed and really haven't even been tested in conference, to be honest with you.
Mm.
Talk a little bit about this team and kind of the journey that they've been on, and honestly, what you all did as a staff to kind of get them to where they are right now.
First, let me give a shout out to Coach Dion. I think him being gone for a year at Georgia Southern, he gave him an opportunity to look at different basketball at a college level, and I think he brought back some really good things back to Gray that kind of helped us out a little bit from a shooting aspect and also from a team development aspect. And so I think that experience was huge. There are not many coaches that do 1 year at a college and come back to a high school. That's very, very rare. So I think with that experience helped, and also the addition of our different our staff. I think we have a great collective staff that have a lot of experience um, from the forefront, and we all have the same beliefs about basketball, defensive philosophies, offensive philosophies. This year, we really wanted to get up and down and really just play high level basketball offensively, put a lot of shots up. I think this might be our best team offensively as far as points per game. And we're usually known for just really just locking down teams and really priding ourselves on defense. But offensively, we're really putting up a lot of points, which we're really excited about. But we're at the same time, we're still going back to our basics on our defensive end. And so, this year has been great, man. We've took it one game at a time. We scouted each team. Taking every team like it's a championship game, and the kids have bought in. I'm very excited. We have a lot of culture kids in our program that don't really look at the word I want to use is egoless. It's not a lot of egos. All of those players, but we have a lot of guys that really just want to win, and so and ultimately that's been really great for us. Great kids, great families, great parents, and a great administration that's been backing us. So it's been an incredible year, and we just take it one day at a time at practice, and let's win at practice, and then we'll win in games.
We're on Lost Letterman, so I got to ask you the tough questions. Um,
Yes, sir.
were you concerned at all after the game against Ridgeview?
This is a very good question, Todd. Uh, Shout out to Ridgeview and their staff and their team, incredible team. Um, I think it was one of those games. I'll say right now, I want to say thank you to Ridgeview because it opened up our eyes as a team. It opened up our eyes like, okay, it was a huge stage for a lot of our guys, a lot of our kids. A lot of our kids haven't played on that type of stage. Uh, but man, it's like this was not the team that we've been working with. And I think, I wasn't concerned to answer your question. To answer your question, I wasn't concerned. I was like, well, we don't lose. We're going to learn from this. because it was one of those games that we really couldn't get no flow, and Ridgeview did a really great job playing. And Josh, Coach Josh does a really good job with his group. But I think I'll have to give a shout out to Ridgeview for opening up our eyes and waking us up. Like it's time for us to really wake up. And then we looked ourselves in the mirror. It was like we're gonna have to play this year. So I think that game was probably the springboard for us for the takeoff of our season.
You know what, man? I couldn't agree with you more.
Right.
I could not agree with you more. I actually think that. Oh, I'm messing stuff up now. I'm messing stuff up now. I think that they did you a favor, a big favor.
Right. Absolutely.
I think the
Absolutely.
worst thing in the world for Gray would have been to win that game.
Mm. We've had conversations with the coaches about that. I thought you're exactly right.
I said the worst thing, because when I walked in the gym before, and this is no disrespect to you, and I told you this, and I'm just telling you what I told him. When I walked in the gym that Friday, I think it was before, I said, man, Richie was gonna blow them out. And it wasn't because of you guys. The guys weren't ready for the intensity. And it didn't mean that they didn't have talent.
Right.
They weren't ready for the intensity that I thought Ridgeview was going to bring them. At least in my opinion, I didn't think so. Correct. And I also knew that Ricky, that was going to be his first time in kind of that kind of environment. And to me, Ricky is kind of the key to actually two people are the keys to the team. Dez is the key to the team. And Ricky is the key because obviously he's the point guard. He controls everything. Right. But what I do want to do and kind of get to my next commentary is, man, talk a little bit about Dez and his maturation and development, because I told him, I don't think if it wasn't for Dez, that game against Ridgeview, they would have beat you all by 40. Because they wanted to. They wanted to really embarrass. But Dez held it down in the paint, and he solidified everything else where Levi could kind of play off of him, and everybody could kind of get in their space. So I really thought that he's solidified everything in the post. So, and that's just my opinion. That might not even be right, but that's what I thought. So with that being said, talk a little bit about Dez and kind of where he's come from this summer and all his development, because you guys got a lot of talent. But potential-wise, I think he probably has the most potential of anybody on that team. There's no doubt about that. It's just whether he's going to realize it. But, he's made some really strong strides since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he just answered 6'8", about 240 years. He can go as high as he wants to go as he puts his heart to. I think we first got Dez,
Hold up, Coach.
Yes.
I think your audio might be a little muffled. Hold on one second. All right, come back in. Hold up, I can't. Come back in again.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. But Dez is him coming over from, transitioning. It was a transition, him trusting the coaching staff. We have a 5-6 guys that, we're trying to pour into him, and he had a trusting process with us. And once he began to start buying in, understand that we care about him, understand that we want the best for him, that's where he started really trying to figure out himself and figuring it out. He really wants to play a certain way. We needed him to play another way, and so we had to come to grips and beat him there and figure it out to help the team. So, but he's really. I think he has blossomed the most since all of our players, since we've gotten all the guys. So we're excited about him, man, and excited about his future. So.
Yeah, he's man. Shout out to Dez, man. He's had a hell of a year. Also, I want to talk a little bit about Jaden Rowe, man. Jaden Rowe is a player, man. He's a player, man. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife. He does a lot of things really well. and he's got really good size. Talk a little bit about J Rowe.
J. Rowe, he's our glue guy. He usually defends most of the time. The team best player. He shoots the ball well. 3 level score. Um, uh, great sound defense. I had J. Rowe on my baby team, and so I really watched him grow into where he's at now. Very athletic. So sky's the limit, and he can really shoot basketball too. Leave him open, he can shoot that ball. So, but he, he's been really key for just a sound kid, great family. Um, Looking forward to growth and development next year.
Hey, cool. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna bring you out and bring you back on because I think something your audio is a little bit off. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Log back in, cool, for just 2 seconds. Can you log off and log back in?
Sure. Hello. Hello. Hello.
I got you. You back?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. I hear you now. Yep.
Sorry about that. So finish up on J Rowe.
Oh, J. Rowe, incredible player. I had him since on my JV team, and I knew that he had a lot of potential. He had a great feel for the game. I knew his AAU coach, program director Sam Gortman, and he told me great things about him before he came. And he has grown up, man. He has really grown up a whole lot, and he wants to be good. And so
Yeah, he does.
we
He
always,
does.
he's doing great things for us. He defends the best player. Score the ball 3 levels. He's just a guy that we have to have on the floor.
And you know what? That's kind of the yin and the yang. Because sometimes, as you know, um, his game, you have to watch him to really sometimes appreciate all the things that he does well. You
Correct.
know, like he's
Correct.
not gonna have 50. Well, I don't know, but he does a lot of things really, really well. And sometimes, it's the 40 and 50 point games that people when they first look. But if you really watch a lot of the game, man, that dude is a bona fide hooper.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Change the game. A lot of stuff he does doesn't hit the stat line. And so, but
Right.
we know that he sacrificed a lot of his game so other guys can flourish as well. And so, but he's been really great for us, man.
Last point, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the playoffs. You guys got vacation for about 2 to 3 weeks until you go down to Florence.
Yeah, right. No, we gotta play. We gotta play.
I know it's one game at a time. One game at a time. I know,
Yes,
coach.
sir.
Uh, Ricky coming over. Um, Speak a little bit about his transition and where he is now, and where you expect him to be as the year and the playoffs progress.
And, the history of Great Collegiate Academy with that point guard position is like it's very hard to meet the expectations. We had some really good point guards over the years. Um, so Coach Dion really holds them at a very high level, along with the coaching staff. And so it was a little still is a little challenging for him because we expect our PGs to play at a very high level, to be the smartest guy on the floor, to be able to kind of orchestrate the offense and run things for us. And so, but he is adjusted well. One thing about Ricky, he's a great kid. He is, you know, he's very, low key, quiet. I love his approach in the academic arena. He's about his business in that classroom, which ultimately helps him on the floor. We have a model that I say how you live is how you play. And Ricky lives the right way. He does it the right way. Of course he needs some coaching here and there, but he does things the right way. He's very acceptable female coaching. Um, he on the show last program here. He has guys, I think be overwhelming a lot of guys around you that you can throw a ball to a Dez or throw a ball to a Levi and you're gonna be okay. He had to trust them as well. So it was a trust process for all parties involved. But Ricky's been great for us. He's still developing, still growing. So it's been good for us.
Yes, sir. I think your audio is still a little bit muffled, but with that being said, we're gonna. I'm looking at the brackets right now,
Okay.
and I don't want to go through the whole bracket,
Yep.
but I think the state championship, if I look at this bracket, is going to be played in Florence, South Carolina this year.
Florence, South Carolina, what's your prediction?
And no disrespect to Bluffton. I know they got my man Mad Max down there. I think the state championship, and we don't have to dissect the bracket. The state championship will be Gray, Collegiate, and Wilson in Florence. I think that game is in Florence. The lower state or whatever the lower state championship is in Florence, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not going to ask you to talk about Wilson because I know you guys have South Florence and some other teams that you would have to play before you get to Wilson. But I will ask you this question and we'll get out of here. What does the team need to do to win the state championship? What does Gray need to do to win the state championship?
Pay attention to details. It all starts on the defensive end. We're not going to change who we are. We're going to do all the small things that we've been doing. If it ain't broke, we ain't going to fix it. So we're continuing to try this event, making sure that keep ourselves out of foul trouble. And just trust each other. When it comes to playoffs, a lot of coaches, not to coaches to play all the time. It's, the region player of the years and the region stuff is over with. I think it's been out this week. Again, congrats to all the region coaches of the year. Also, shout out to my guy, Coach Dion, Coach of the year, well deserved, and also that one region players of the region. But at this time, my window, it's all about playing for each other. I don't care who scores 5 points, 10 points, 20 points. It's about winning the basketball game. And so stat lines is fine, but we're trying to win, and so we got to be for each other. And so to answer your question, we continue just to stay holy hard and do all the small things. I feel very confident with this group.
Sounds like a coach. With that being said, Coach Cooper, man, thanks for joining. I will see you at the CLA in Columbia, and then you come to the Lost Letterman holiday party at the Moxie the night after.
Yeah. You mentioned this Moxie thing about 2 months now. Yeah, to the Moxie afterwards, man. Let's rock. Moxie, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Moxie.
Moxie, you owe me some royalties for these shout outs right here, man. Moxie.
Yes, sir. Or if not, it will be somewhere else.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, man. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.